Okay, so as I was saying, I'm typing in now the function which will handle the button. Okay, so button submit click by valSS by system event args, and I put in the underscore, which will take me to allow the next line to be regarded as being part of the current line. Okay, and I type in handles btn underscore submit dot click. Okay, so that's the text which is currently regarded as being wrong. I don't know why that is. Let me just put it on the same line. And yes, well, I'll just put it on the same line for now. I've no idea why that didn't work then. But anyway, let's just keep it simple. So button submit click. So now let's type in all the code for that. So dim int score as integer. Okay, so what we're doing here is declaring a variable. Dim literally meaning dimension, int score a variable, something which will hold some values as an integer. Okay, so you create int score as an integer. Okay, then int score is going to be set equals c int open bracket score dot text. So what that does is basically convert the string which is inside score dot text. It converts it into an integer, because currently therefore it is just regarded as being text. Okay, and you can't multiply text, you can only multiply, if you like, integers. So that turns it from being one data type, namely a string or text, into an integer, namely a numerical value. Now then, here comes our if statement. So if int score is greater than or equal to 35, then okay, we're going to put in some text into our result label. So we say result.text equals pass, else result.text equals fail. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be putting in a result of a student in an exam, and the system is going to tell us what should be the consequence for that student of that score. Okay, and at the end of this subroutine we say end sub. Okay, so what we've got there, we've got a bit of coding there which simply there's the button submit click. That means in the event of the button being clicked, okay, don't worry about the rest of that too much. We find out what is the value inside the text box. If it's greater than or equal to 35, we then flag it up as being a pass, and if it's less, we make it a fail. Okay, this is the important if statement. If condition, then consequence of the true condition, else, meaning if that condition is not satisfied, e.g. int score is 35 or less, then this is the consequence, and that is the end of the if statement. Okay, that's the end of the conditional branching. Okay, so let's kind of now stop that. Okay, so we put in some code there, we've added it. Let's see if that now will work by playing it. So let's do Control F5 and let's see what it looks like. Enter score, I'm going to enter score 36, submit, pass, enter score 34, submit, and that's fail. Okay, so it's done exactly what we wanted it to do. If you put in a value of greater than 35, it'll come up with the words pass, and if it is less, okay, it becomes fail. Okay, so now then, so you see in the tutorial you've got various other values to try and put in. Just see if they work. Okay. Now then, but we can also, there is the kind of if then else. But there is also, you can also have else if. So if you have a kind of multiple set of conditions. So for example, if the score is greater, the example we've given here, if it's greater than 39, we say pass at honours level. If it's just greater than 35, then only say it's pass at non-honours level, and otherwise say fail. So let's go back into the code, and let's kind of like program that. So so we're going to first of all cover it for honors level. If it's greater than 39, if it's greater than or equal to 39, result text, we're going to change that to pass at honors level. Okay, but then what we're going to do is going to do slightly different. We're going to add in an else if. Okay, else space if. Oh dear. Oh, anyway, else if. I'll just leave it like that. Put in a space. Okay, good. Okay, so else if int score is greater than or equal to 35. Then again, we need the then word. Okay. Oh, notice me actually needs to take away the space actually. So that's good we've found that. Okay. Let's put in result dot text equals pass at non-honors level. Okay, and then finally we say else. Well, we've already got that, so if I just delete all that kind of empty text until we see the final else, which is here, and then we've got a full thing. Now you might kind of first looking at that, you could say else. You would wonder if these could both be true. You know, if something is 40, then it's going to be truly both greater than 39 and greater than 35. So how come both don't trigger? Well, it's because it's the first true event which will trigger. Okay, and once the true event's gone, it won't bother to examine the other conditions because the if statement can only output one true condition. So let's see if that does work. So let's press the play button and let's have a see if we're getting something intelligent. So let's say if it's 40, let's see what does that say. It says pass at honors level at 37. What does that say? It says pass at non-honors level at 34. What does that say? It says fail. Okay, so it does seem to have worked reasonably well. Okay, so we're kind of sorting this out at a fairly decent speed. Okay, but there is always the danger that somebody puts in sort of like a value which is really not foreseen by the system. So suppose somebody puts in enter score and you put in something like Gordon Brown, okay, the current British Prime Minister. If I put in that enter score submit, I press submit, what will happen? Something not very nice, I would imagine. Yes, what you get, a first chance exception. Okay, conversion from string Gordon Brown to type integer is not valid. You can't convert the Prime Minister of this country into a number. Okay, is basically what it's saying. So is there anything we can do to kind of prohibit the user from making those sorts of mistakes? Well, yes there is, and I'm going to do it in the next tutorial.